Hey, it's year one, day 107. Just gonna do a little update. I know I haven't done an update in a little while. All of the roof panels are on, the rakes are on. The center line is not on, it's just placed there temporarily. I'm waiting on the foam strips that go between the panels and the center cover, because I'm just worried about like rain hitting the roof at an angle and then it's splashing up inside. So I'm gonna get the foam strips that go there, and that'll waterproof it, and then I'll secure it down after. So that's an update there. What I've been working on today and yesterday was getting the last walls wrapped with the weather resistant barrier. So I just finished the far end, and the entryway side is mostly done. I need to do the top up there, so that's left. Once I do that, windows are on order. They're not going to come in for a couple weeks though, but I'm going to open up this window and get it prepped, and I'm going to open up the door and get it prepped because there's a pretty big roof over here, so it's pretty unlikely that water is going to be able to get in if it rains. And then hopefully that'll keep the airflow going inside a little bit. There are the space between the floor for air to come up, and there's also the up there where the mesh is. There we go, up there. So between the roof sheathing, there's intentionally a gap for ventilation, and so anyways, the air can cycle out that way too. So once I open these up, I'll have air coming in from one wall, from the floor, and from the roof, and hopefully that'll keep everything ventilated and dry. And then I gotta wait a little bit. I have already purchased the door. I could get it delivered. I just gotta make another purchase so that everything comes on the same delivery. So I might do that in the next week while I'm waiting on the windows. But that's pretty much where it's at. The roof didn't turn out perfect. In fact, I would even say it's not perfect, not even good. I would say it came out okay. Just because it's really hard for me by myself to get the panels positioned perfectly and install them while like things don't slide or adjust or everything lines up perfectly and blah blah blah. So there's lots of spots, like maybe you could see it here where the there-ish, where the panels aren't perfectly aligned. So basically, like once one panel gets kind of sideways a little bit, it makes all of them kind of do like a stair effect. So I kind of have that going a little bit. It's not like the end of the world, but it's not great, but not, you know, I don't think it's going to be a problem. So there are a couple little mistakes, but I'm pretty happy with everything, how it came out. I mean, the drip edge is hanging off the fascia just a little bit, not really enough, but then the roof comes past the drip edge at least an inch, and then the rakes go even further past the panels by probably another inch. So I think we'll be good. And I'm curious to kind of do more research on the gutters and what that's going to look like. But basically, the main thing that I've seen is just when you get the gutters, you got to put them behind the drip edge, and you get them kind of like up and behind, and then that'll just make sure all the water gets funneled into the gutters. So I just got to make sure that they're long enough that they're still gonna catch off the roof with the roof extending out past the drip edge. So I think the standard sizes are 3 and 4 inches, and I should try to go for the 4-inch just to make sure I capture stuff correctly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other things going on. The tomatoes have been producing. I've been giving away most of the tomatoes because I don't really eat tomatoes. So I'm just giving to my neighbor and some folks at the hardware store, and stuff like that. I've been eating the blackberries off the vine, so those have been going good. The sunflowers, I haven't checked on the sunflowers and the corn in a little bit. I know the last time I looked there were like 10 big sunflowers, and they're kind of in like the drying stage where like the flower is dying, but it's not quite dry enough for the seeds to be ready to harvested. So that's going. I have done a couple burns on my burn barrel, so that's all good. That's pretty much it. Just, you know, the wildlife is growing like crazy, the plants are growing like crazy, so I'm just mentally getting prepared for getting some goats next year to really help keep all this under control. So it is a little crazy right now. And actually I am kind of considering next year too, especially in the summer. I'm thinking about installing some sort of like lighting. So, you know, kind of think like light posts that are on the side of a street. I'm thinking of doing that kind of around the garden, and then in the summer working more in the evenings than during the day to do my gardening. So it's not so like crazy intense heat, and I can just get a lot more done. So that's something kind of going through my mind too, is maybe installing some like solar light posts, which I don't think they'd be too hard to install. It would just be like a, you know, like a sono tube, like the concrete form tube, you know, dig it a couple feet down, fill it with concrete, let it cure, get a post base, essentially mount a post to that, and then, you know, get the light installed up top, and then, you know, just let it run. And, yeah, so that's just one idea I'm thinking of, maybe switching to more like a nighttime, because like really here, you know, once the sun comes out and it's past 10 o'clock, if you're not under shade, it's too hot. It's just too hot. And I don't know how people you know, work like full shifts out here in the sun, like doing, you know, landscaping and all that, but that takes some endurance. And but yeah, that's just some of the stuff going through my head. Yeah, just and just for the record, it's middle August, so first freezing temperatures last year were Halloween, so I got about a month and a half to get the windows. So my order operations will be the windows and doors will be the next thing. When that's done, I can start on the inside. The nice thing about the inside is because it's inside, I can work at it any time of the day, so I'm not getting cooked. So it'll just be basically, you know, insulating the interior finishings. So I'm planning on doing all wood on the inside. I'm not going to do any like, oh geez, I forget the name, but the common board that you use inside houses, the drywall. So yeah, thinking about that. And then once that's in, really the only other big thing I really need to knock out before I do the external metal around the walls, which isn't a huge rush. Like I could do that 4 months from now and it wouldn't matter. The only other big thing I really need to get knocked out would be the stove. I want to get a wood burning small stove to put in there, and that will be my heat for the winter. And the reason why I want to do that before the metal is because I have to do a cutout on the walls. I'm going to run it through the kind of where the gable peak is, so like where the roof goes like that, kind of towards the top of that. I want to run it out there and then up. And I know it's generally recommended to do it out your roof, but the only thing I'm afraid of with the roof is potential for leaks. There's a lot more potential for something to go wrong, and then you've got a conundrum. So I'm gonna go out the gable wall through the side, and then I just need to keep a really good eye on making sure it's the exhaust stays clean and doesn't get condensed, and I get a really clean burn, and I don't have a lot of like stuff building up. So and then maybe hopefully I'll find one that has an intake that I can run through the floor. That'd be pretty great, because then it doesn't suck up all my oxygen in the room. So anyways, that's just kind of things going through my head and where I'm at. So year one, day 107, roof is mostly on, WRB is mostly on. I'm just getting prepared for windows and doors. So that's it. Ciao. Thanks.